Lighting this end of my workshop are 4 fluorescents housed in 2 individual boxes. Now this comes from an 8-foot by 8-foot lighting array hanging from a ceiling in the studio, something I built over 5 years ago. Not the studio, the lighting system. Fluorescents are fairly simple systems. You've got wires coming in, you've got sealed tubes of mercury vapor gas, and ballasts, which provide the high voltage necessary to kick-start the system and then maintain a safe current level for normal operation. All housed in very simple metal cases. And there's not a lot that can go wrong here. The fluorescents eventually, with time, will deteriorate, giving off less and less light, and you replace them. The only other thing possibly is the ballast. Magnetic ballasts like mine last over 10 years, 10 to 15 years, and eventually fail and need to be replaced also. And that's what happened here. It made this end of my workshop considerably darker, colorless, devoid of life and happiness, and for an entire day and a half, it drained the joy out of my world. So what follows was meant to be a step-by-step guide on how to change a ballast. But then I realized there are different types of ballasts, varying numbers of lamps, 2, 3, 4 lamps, and of course the wiring would vary because of that. But what I'd like you to take away from this is that these lighting systems aren't complicated. They can be changed with very simple tools. But even though you think you can do this, doesn't mean you should do this. I'm simply stating that it can be done, not that you should do it. Just be attentive, be careful. That's all I'm saying. This area behind me is usually lit up beautifully with 4 neon tubes, but I suspect that the ballast has blown, so I got a new one. And I've got another little thing to fix there too, so let's take a look at that. This is a bit of a weird setup. These are 2 4-foot neon boxes which were reclaimed from a previous job, something I built many years ago, and I kept 2 of them. Now this stretches from that section over there of the ceiling to this wall. I don't have 8 feet. I've got maybe something like a bit, yeah, I've got maybe 6 feet or so. Anyway, I couldn't set these 2 boxes head to head or toe to toe or end to end like they were previously. And setting them up side by side didn't cover enough width, so I staggered them. One thing which I need to fix is I just poked some holes here to run the wires. I'm sure that's not up to code in any country, so we'll do something which is a bit safer, more secure. So yeah, so first thing is shut off the power, and we'll just, it's everything's color coded. It's super simple. You've got power in black and white wire. You've got 1 yellow wire running over there, another yellow wire running to the other end. You've got 2 blue wires here, 2 red wires here. Just need to reconnect everything with Moretz. Would do fine. Moretz.
Twist-on connectors are also known as wire nuts, wire connectors, cone connectors, or thimble connectors. In Canada, the trade name Moret is commonly used generically for connectors of any brand.
Wikipedia. Easy peasy. Power's off. Let's get this thing going. I'm removing the screw attaching the house ground to the metal casing of the fluorescent, and with the power off I can disconnect the ground and the wires feeding the ballast. I'm twisting Moretz back on the power wires. There we go, with the power off. turn the other lights back on. There's really a lot of wire, so I'm snipping off the excess. Give ourselves a maximum of connectable wire. So one yellow goes here. Yeah. So this is what you get for $32 at Home Depot here in Canada. And from what I've seen, these colors are pretty much standard, I think. So we've got one wire running alongside the two blues and another yellow wire running alongside the two reds. Your black and white. Super simple. Got enough length right there. That's beautiful. And the two reds. There we go. Good enough. Everything's disconnected. Keep your screws. You'll need them. But first, I'll use a step drill to do this. These are beauties. Is this way? Ah, that's hot metal. A bit bigger. Now, oh, look at that. That's perfect. The new ballast is much smaller. Well, it's slightly, well, same thickness, but it's the width. There's quite a difference here. That's beautiful. That's good. Then it makes the job a lot easier. There's an awful lot of wire here. Good. So, no, you've got blue to blue. Look at all the extra wire, it's incredible. And then the red will go onto the other side, along with the corresponding yellow. I'll just run it right through my connector here, my, oh, look at all that wire, holy. Okay, beautiful. There we go. That's all we need. I've got a fancy wire stripper. Wait, no, unfortunately, it had trouble latching onto the small gauge wire. Maybe I need to adjust it, but not just now. Holy crap. Okay. So I reverted to my good old wire stripper. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, couldn't get this thing to work. And then, oh, so you've got a series of holes, different gauges, and it doesn't go from very smallest to biggest because there are two additional holes way at the back here. I should have been using second to last. Now watch this. You live, you learn. Now, it doesn't really matter which red you connect to the one from the old neon, as long as it's red to red. These blues go together and this yellow goes to the other extremity. So we'll try to get another angle to this. Here, from another angle. Yellow and red are connected at the other end. Each extremity has a yellow, so these two yellows will go together. And then we've got some blues over at the other end. Let's go with the yellow first. All I need is this length. Right? So, yeah, that's an awful lot of extra wire. There we go. I'm using this Fuller wire stripper, this smallest gauge. There we go. That's very long. But this length. I'm using pretty much the smallest barrettes that I have. I don't know if there's a size to this. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go to the blue wires. Beautiful. There we go. Now, the power. Shut the power off. There. And there is the crown screw for the crown wire. Oh, you shit. Okay. There we go. Should work well enough. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, so happy. Did I ever tell you about this wonderful tool here? The Richard, is this the Wonder Bar? Anyway, every handy person should have that. Absolutely. Three. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. Let me take you back here. See? How happy that looks. That changes everything. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. This is good.